Hello world, the Billion Coin. It's a pleasure to be in this broadcast once again. This happens to be my broadcast number 7 to the Billion Coin community. Like I always say, it's good to be in another broadcast to tell the world about what is going on in the TBC community. Good. Without wasting time, I'd like to draw our attention to what is going to be read today. In fact, it's an article or blog post from the admin as usual, and this blog post is titled "Who is the creator of the Billion Coin?" A poster, an article that is posted on April 15, 2016. April 15, 2016. With this date in mind, it's clear that this article was posted a month after the launch of the Billion Coin to the world. Now this question, who is the creator of the Billion Coin, has been discussed in the community for a very long time, and even today we have new people joining us, and from time to time they come up with this same question. Now, going back to this article, which in fact I just didn't stumble upon it, but rather it was an answer to such questions in one of the groups that I belong to, and an answer given by somebody who has been in TBC for quite some time. That is what explains it. That is how come I also got to know about this particular blog post. And so I think hearing from the horse's own mouth, hearing the answer from the horse's own mouth will do us a lot of good. By that I mean, what is the admin's answer to the question, who is the creator of the Billion Coin? Now I go straight ahead into reading admin's answer. Like I said, it's a poster article, so this is the poster. I like to share my screen. Yeah, the Santa Claus. That's the Santa Claus. Those who have been in TBC for some time know about this image of Santa Claus when he was giving out the gift of the 100,000 Kringles for free, 50,000 Kringles for free, and then 25,000 up to a certain point before he was retired by the admin or the TBC community. So that's the poster or image of Santa Claus. Now let's go ahead in reading the article or the blog. And like I said, it's an answer to admins. It's an answer to the question by the admin. So this is what it says, or it reads. Some persist in asking, who is the creator of the Billion Coin? The answer is not simple, because the creation of the Billion Coin is a result of a team effort. So collectively, the team has chosen to refer to the creator of the Billion Coin as Kris Kringle. That's our answer. However, I will not comment. I will go ahead in reading. I'm sorry. Certainly, the spirit of the billion coin is embodied within this character, well known throughout the world. Within the mission of the release of this cryptocurrency to the world is the desire to lift all of humanity out of poverty. The stakeholders around the world certainly act like Santa's helpers in this grand mission. Membership within the TBC community will always be a free gift to all who desire it. Just like parents of small children all over the earth spread the spirit of Kris Kringle in the form of tangible toys and candies purchased with hard-earned cash, the buyers of TBC coins use their hard-earned cash to play that role. Who is the creator of the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? It is a widely accepted fact that nobody knows for sure who that person is. Earlier, there are many reasons why the idea of cryptocurrency is protected by anonymity, and attached to this article is another article that does a pretty good job explaining that. Read below. Why Satoshi Nakamoto pushed so hard to hide his identity. That's the title. Why Satoshi Nakamoto pushed so hard to hide his identity. Posted on March 6, 2014 by Timothy B. Lee. It also reads, we may now know who Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, is. According to Newsweek, he is a reclusive 64-year-old Japanese man who lives in Temple City, California, and Satoshi Nakamoto is his real name. He has reportedly denied being involved with Bitcoin. Newsweek portrays Nakamoto as secretive, reclusive, and a little paranoid. And certainly the awkward scene when Leah McGrath Goodman confronted Nakamoto in his driveway suggests that the man is genuinely uninterested in seeking the spotlight. But Nakamoto's decision to disappear from public view just as Bitcoin was taking off wasn't just a reflection of his eccentric personality. It was essential to getting the currency to take off. Fiat currencies like Bitcoin are fundamentally built on faith. People treat a currency as valuable because they expect others to consider it valuable. And for a decentralized currency like Bitcoin, that faith depends on a belief that the rules of the currency will be stable over time. For example, it's generally reported as a fact that there will never be more than 21 million bitcoins, but that fact is just a social convention. There will never be more than 21 million bitcoins because the Bitcoin community has agreed to a set of rules that doesn't allow more than 21 million bitcoins to be created. In principle, this in principle, those rules could be changed. Bitcoin's success depends on people having confidence that the rules won't be changed in a way that would destroy the value of their holdings. This means that a strong leader would have been a liability in Bitcoin's early years. As Bitcoin's creator, Satoshi Nakamoto would have had a unique ability to change the rules of the game and get the Bitcoin community to accept the changes. Nakamoto's version of the Bitcoin software was Bitcoin by definition. As long as he was around, people would worry that he could make future changes that would destroy the value of their investments. Disappearing in early 2011 helped to remove that potential impediment to Bitcoin's growth. Gavin Anderson, Nakamoto's successor as the leader of the Bitcoin project, is a smart and capable programmer, but he will never have the stature within the Bitcoin community that Nakamoto did. If Anderson tries to make dramatic, potentially harmful changes to Bitcoin, he would face a lot of resistance from the rest of the Bitcoin community. The lack of an official Bitcoin leader has also been an asset in the regulatory arena. A key argument for Bitcoin is that no one owns the Bitcoin network, which means there's no way to regulate it. Had Nakamoto's identity been known a year ago, he might have been dragged before Congress to testify at last fall's hearing on the future of Bitcoin. Nakamoto might have faced pressure from regulators to change Bitcoin to make it easier to regulate. But with Nakamoto out of the picture, the leaders of the Bitcoin community could truthfully say that no one had the authority to change Bitcoin's rules. That forced policymakers to accept the system the way it was and developed policies to accommodate it. If the man Newsweek identified today proves to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto, the question is whether he's been away from the project long enough that Bitcoin will continue to be seen as truly outside anyone's control. I think the answer is probably yes. There's now a significant community of Bitcoin developers who have grown used to managing the currency without Nakamoto's input. They probably wouldn't defer to him the way they would have in 2011. But just to be on the safe side, it would be smart for Nakamoto not to rejoin the Bitcoin development community anytime soon. And here's another link which I'll read later. Another link found in the Bitcoin article that I'm still reading. So that link is http://timothyBlee.com 2014 /03/06, why Satoshi worked so hard to hide his identity. That means the article I've read so far about Satoshi working so hard to hide his identity can be found when you click on this link. That is to say, can be found here. So this is the link to get to the whole article. Now the blog post continues. So when other people ask you who is the creator of TBC, you can answer it doesn't matter who, because TBC is a true cryptocurrency and is completely decentralized. We never have to worry about a company changing things or losing our money, because as a TBC coin owner, I have just as much right as the next TBC coin owner, and the price of TBC only goes up. Wow folks, this is an interesting answer to the question, who is the creator of the Billion coin? Quite interesting. I think we need to use admin's answer to help people to come to accept the fact that it is not necessary to know who the creator of a cryptocurrency is. Others may do that, but the Pathfinder Bitcoin didn't do that. No wonder those of us in the TBC community who understand what TBC is all about don't care who the creator is. However, I'd like to go back to the blog post and then stress or emphasize certain points to make it somehow clearer, or to break it down to everybody's understanding, even though admin did a good work in answering this question. So the question once again is, who is the creator of the Billion coin? And here's admin's answer. The answer is not that simple, because the creation of the Billion coin is a result of a team effort. So collectively the team has chosen to refer to the creator of the Billion coin as Kris Kringle. Right there. So who is the creator of the Billion coin? The answer, Kris Kringle. Who is the creator of the Billion coin? A simple answer to give is Kris Kringle. Who is Kris Kringle? Then we come back to say that Kris Kringle is the name, the collective team that built or created the Billion coin gave to it as its creator. Okay, so we see Kris Kringle is the name given to the creator of the Billion coin by its team of creators, and it stands to reason this digital technology or innovation comes from many sources that is input to build it, just as a system works, having various parts working harmoniously to make things function well. So is how the creation of the Billion coin came about, from various inputs, from various sources, or from various teams or group of teams. It's a teamwork, that simply put, it's a teamwork to build the Billion coin. One good thing about the billion coin is also stated here. It says, certainly the spirit of the billion coin is embodied within this character, well known throughout the world. Well known throughout the world. Which character is that? Now it goes on. Within the mission of the release of this cryptocurrency to the world is the desire to lift all of humanity out of poverty. The stakeholders around the world certainly act like Santa's helpers in this grand mission. Okay, so we are saying this character, that is the Kris Kringle character, being the creator of the billion coin or TBC, has a mission to lift all of humanity out of poverty, and in so doing employs Santa, who has helpers around you, and those helpers are those of us who are stakeholders in the billion coin. Stakeholders in the sense that we acquired or we bought TBC. That's it. And okay, I should continue before I explain. The stakeholders around the world certainly act like Santa's helpers in this grand mission. Membership within the TBC community will always be a free gift to all who desire it. Just like parents of small children all over the earth spread the spirit of Kris Kringle in the form of tangible toys and candies purchased with hard-earned cash, the buyers of TBC coins use their hard-earned cash to play that role. So we are saying here that stakeholders bought TBC with the stakeholders bought TBC with our hard-earned cash, and helping others to acquire TBC is as if we are reflecting Kris Kringle's spirit of giving gifts to people, and this also reflects how parents do same. Parents use hard-earned cash to acquire or to get toys and candies, etc. for their children. TBC stakeholders do the same. After investing in TBC, we get people on board and give them the free gift, and this free gift, actually we are just helping Kris Kringle, or let's say we are helping Santa to distribute this free gift. No need highlighting on this because it's a known fact in TBC that we are giving gifts in the form of free Kringles. Okay, now to help us understand this answer given so briefly, admin had to recall an article to explain why Satoshi Nakamoto worked so hard to hide his identity, and the highlight of that article is to say that the founder, it is believed that the founder of Bitcoin is Satoshi Nakamoto, but when confronted about this Bitcoin project, Satoshi Nakamoto had to deny being involved with the Bitcoin project. Yeah, he has to deny. So Satoshi Nakamoto is a real person. Satoshi Nakamoto is a real person, not a name given to the creator of Bitcoin by a team of developers, but rather the name of a real person, Satoshi Nakamoto. What he did was he had to deny being involved with Bitcoin so that I need to highlight his identity. It was said that in 2014, when this article was written, he was 64 years old, or he was a 64-year-old Japanese man who lives in California, Temple City. So Satoshi Nakamoto is his real name. Good to know that. Now he had to deny to pave way for the Bitcoin project to progress. So he said, the article said he disappeared in 2011 when Bitcoin was making inroads, or is being accepted gradually by the world. He had to disappear, and that will also instill faith in the cryptocurrency. Faith in the sense that stakeholders or investors, those who invest in Bitcoin, will have confidence or will have the faith that no individual person can manipulate or make changes to the currency to affect their holdings, to affect the value of their holdings, or to affect the value of their asset, the value of their currency. So Satoshi Nakamoto going out of the picture is a good example for TBC admin to emulate, in the sense that there is no need coming to public to claim ownership of the Billion coin, whereby it will call the faith stakeholders have in the Billion coin into question. That is to say, people will begin to doubt TBC or the Billion coin as a credible currency, which can be subject to the admins or the creators' whims and caprices, or whims and caprices, in the sense that he can do things on his own to affect people's investment. The article also said, with Nakamoto out of the picture, ever since, a lot of the developers have come up with improvements in Bitcoin, and they need not go refer or defer to Satoshi Nakamoto to add these improvements to the Bitcoin. Another point, if Satoshi Nakamoto had remained as the creator of the Bitcoin, then regulators or the Congress of the United States government will call him and then pressurize him to make changes to this Bitcoin software, so that they can intervene and manipulate the Bitcoin. But his being away didn't make that happen, and it's a good thing for the Bitcoin community, in the sense that they can stand on authority to say that they have no right to manipulate the coins, because the owner or the builder or the creator didn't design the currency as such. So it says Nakamoto Nakamoto might have faced pressure from regulators to change Bitcoin to make it easier to regulate, but with Nakamoto out of the picture, listen to this part carefully, the leaders of the Bitcoin community today could truthfully say that no one had the authority to change the Bitcoin rules. So what's the result? So that forced policymakers, that is the government, to accept the system the way it was and develop policies to accommodate it. Okay, so that's that. So it's a good thing that Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared from the spotlight, or disappeared from the world scene around the Bitcoin. So all this about Bitcoin, what does it have for us? Now, in concluding the article, this is what admin said. So when other people ask you who is the creator of TBC, you can answer, it doesn't matter who, because TBC is a true cryptocurrency and is completely decentralized. We never have to worry about a company changing things or losing our money, because as a TBC coin owner, I have just as much right as the next TBC coin owner, and the price of TBC only goes up. So this is it. I would like to read again. This is what admin says we can answer. This is how admin said we can answer the question, who is the creator of TBC? And it goes, it doesn't matter who, because TBC is a true cryptocurrency. It's a true cryptocurrency, and it's completely decentralized. We never have to worry about a company changing things or losing our money, because as a TBC coin owner, I have just as much right as the next TBC coin owner, and the price of TBC only goes up. Unquote. On this note, I think we have a good answer to give those who keep on asking the identity of the creator of the Billion coin. In fact, even those who have been in TBC for long are also asking this question. But going back to this blog post, to read this blog post will help a lot. Because this is from the horse's own mouth. I remember in one of TBC Randy's send button meetings, he dealt with this subject very well, and up to today the question keeps coming up. So going back to read this blog is in fact a good thing. So folks, all friends, I believe, like admin, I've done a good job going through this blog post once again. Thanks for hanging around to watch this broadcast. See you again next time. Bye bye.